What's up YouTube? My name's Andrew and welcome back to 3DIY. Last time on the show I made this Thor's hammer fidget spinner, which you can see down here, you know, little fidgety spinnery dude. Today on the show I thought I'd walk you through the process of how I chose the bearings for my fidget spinner. Stay tuned. Fucking love that song. Hey, what's up, guys? So, last time on the show, the fucking Thor's hammer fidget spinner. So, I had a little, let's call it an interesting story for how I came about choosing which bearings I wanted to use for my fidget spinners. So, initially when I had the idea to do a fidget spinner on 3DIY, this was probably a couple of months ago, and the fidget spinner thing was big, but it wasn't really that big. And so I wanted to just kind of test shit out. And so what I did was I went down to a local skate shop. Well, not actually very local, it was a really long walk, but that's not the point. The point is I went down to a skate shop and I got these used, I guess like cleaned up bearings, and they're just like basic skateboard bearings, and I thought, basically the way I figured it, I was like, how can I spend the least amount of money on these bearings right now and be able to experiment with fidget spinners? And so these are what I got. And they're not great, guys. They fucking suck, okay? They were like, they're skateboard bearings, and they were used before. And so right here, I've got my little, I guess let's call it my default fidget spinner. It has those in it as the weights, because I don't give any fucks, okay? Let's pop out the bearing I have in this right now, and I just want to show you how bad these are. So, pop the caps back on, and just like, watch this. Look at this spin. You know, that's actually pretty decent. That's weird, actually, because, like, if I have these in this, man, you know, they're a lot better than I remembered them. I gotta be honest with you, that's a little embarrassing. I guess what I had here was I had this is a test print for the Thor's hammer spinner, and it has these reused bearings in them, but it doesn't spin very well, and I guess that's because it's not weighted. I didn't put any weights in this. And so these bearings will only spin for like that long on this one. But this one, apparently, I can get a decent little spin out of that. But what you will see is that it doesn't last anywhere near as long. That's not long enough for a fidget spinner. Okay? So like, no go. So definitely not as bad as I remembered them being, given the situation here, but definitely still not good enough for a fidget spinner. People are so picky about how long their fidget spinners spin. It's like subreddits entirely dedicated to it. It's kind of impressive, actually. But anyway, so that brings me to my next point. So after I got these and found out that they were, you know, subpar for fidget spinneriness, I figured I would go on AliExpress, and I would order some of these ceramic bearings, because I heard ceramic bearings are the fucking way to go when it comes to fidget spinners, apparently. And I think that so far they were right, but the problem is, AliExpress order took like, I want to say a solid month to show up, and in that time I got really frustrated. I was like, no, I want to work on my fidget spinner now. So I went on Amazon Prime, and got these Reds skateboard bearings, and they were pretty good. They actually work decently well. They're these guys. See, this one has a little bit of paint on it for when I was messing around with painting the original, what was I doing? The prototype for the Thor's hammer fidget spinner, yeah. And these ones were pretty good, but, well, here, let's time it out. So we'll swap this one out in our little default spinner here. Pop that in. And we'll see a little comparison. Gotta do it fair, gotta do it on the desk. Okay, so while that's spinning, so the other thing is when I was on Amazon Prime ordering these things, see, that's already starting to slow down, still not great. So when I was on Amazon Prime ordering these things, because I was like fed up and frustrated, I wanted these bearings to ship pretty quickly, so I went on Amazon Prime, right? You get free shipping if it's $25 or over, and so I also ended up getting this speed cream stuff, because it's supposed to be bearing lubricant. What I found out though, don't use this for fidget spinners. Basically what the bearing lubricant does is it helps skateboard bearings like for maintenance purposes. Like basically, if your skateboard bearing locks up because you didn't lubricate it properly, you're gonna have an accident. But if your fidget spinner does the same thing, you're fine. It's just a fidget spinner. You can replace the bearing. You're not gonna like fall off your fidget spinner and crack your head open. So you don't actually want to use the lubricant. You want to leave it unlubricated because that apparently, so I found out, spins the fastest. So, because I tried applying some of this speed cream stuff to some of these bearings and I was like, it's slowing down faster. That's bizarre. I thought it would make it faster, but I was wrong. So, lesson learned. And then finally, after, I swear, it was only a couple of days after I got fed up and got the ones on Amazon. These ceramic bearings off of AliExpress showed up. I really need to find a local supplier, and I think I've got one pinned down because the shipping time was just, I hated it. But watch how much longer this one spins. Got the little, I'll have the timers up and we can compare them when we're done here, but that is just, it just goes and goes. See the difference there? I don't know if that's because it's ceramic bearings or just the difference in quality. I hear titanium bearings are also supposed to be really good for fidget spinners. Haven't looked into it, but don't just take my word for it that ceramic bearings are necessarily the best. Just what I'm telling you is, I think the ones that are like specifically designed for skateboards, I don't even know. All I know is that these ceramic bearings are really, really good. Like, look at this thing, still f***ing spinning. But yeah, in the meantime, while that's spinning down, I guess that's been my video. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to talk about the process of what bearings I chose. If you haven't checked it out already, go check out my other video. I'll leave a link in the description and probably on the end card for my Thor's hammer fidget spinner video. It's pretty boss. I mean, look at this f***ing thing. Looks like Thor's hammer. Or a weird wheel. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to check out my other shit. This is kind of a more casual video. I usually do like proper build videos like the one for the Thor's hammer fidget spinner. So stick around for more stuff like that and more stuff like this. Who knows? Okay, bye everybody. Oh, f***, it's still spinning. Say goodbye too soon, guys. Okay, bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of 3DIY. Don't forget to click that like button if you liked it. Click or tap on the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. If you want to support the show and download the models I make here to print for yourself, head over to our Patreon.